Hi, I am Manohar from IT department, A section, subject business economics and financial economics. Befa. Topic forms of compound statement. Introduction. A sentence that consists of two or more statements separated by logical connector is called a compound statement. Compound statement is often expressed using connectivities like and or. The conjunctions are symbolized with the symbol. A compound statement is of the form beginning, end, and it may contain multiple SQL statements. Between the begin and the end, a compound statement of the form begin atomic end ensures that all statements contained within it are executed as a single transaction. What is compound statement in mathematics? In mathematics, as in any language, compound statements are formed by combining simpler ones using connectivities. The connectivities generally used in mathematics are and or if then if and only if. The truth value of a compound statement will depend on the truth value of its simpler components. A simple statement is one of that does not contain another statement as a computer. These statements are represented by capital letters A to Z. A compound statement contains at least one simpler statement as a component along with a logical operator or connectivities. Compound statement. Compound statement is a group of two or more statements connected using words such as or and if then if and only if. Each statement of a compound statement is a component statement which can be clearly decided as a true or false statement. The individual statements are represented as P, Q and the compound statements are represented as PVQP. Let us learn more about the compound statement types of compound statements, their truth tables with the help of example FAQs. Compound statements are generally formed from simple statements which are represented as P, Q and the compound statements are represented as P, O, Q. The symbols used to connect the statements P, Q are represent the words or and if then if and only if and are referred to as connectivities. What are compound statements? Compound statement is made up of two or more statements. The statements are combined using words such as and or if then if and only if to form a compound statement. These words are used to connect each of the individual statements to form a compound. Compound statements are called connectivities. Each statement of the compound statement is called a compound statement. Examples of compound statement: the grass is green and sky is blue. It is cold or it's sunny. What are compound statement? Compound statement is made up of two or more statements. The statements are combined using words such as and or if then if and only if to form a compound statement. These words are used to connect each of the individual statements to form a compound statement are called connectivities. Each statement of the compound statement is called a compound statement. Examples of compound statements: the grass is green and the sky is blue. It is cold or it is sunny. If a person is kind, then he is helpful. The number of 12 is an even number if and only if it is divisible by 2. Types of compound statements. The compound statement Types of compound statements. The compound statements are classified based on the connectivities used across the compound statements. The connectivities of, or, and, if, then, if and only if are used from disjunction statements, conjunction statements, conditional statements, and biconditional statements. Let us check it in detail about each of these compound statements. Negation of a statement. The negation uses the word not for a statement P. It is its negations P. The negation of a given statement is the denial of a given statement. The negation of a given statement is good extent considered as a compound statement. Let us take a simple example of negation of a statement. P. Delhi is a capital of India. Delhi is not capital of India. Let us learn more about the compound statement. Types of compound statement. The truth table with the help of examples FAQs. Disjunction statement. The connectivity of for used for two simple statements to form a compound statement. Which disjunction is or in a disjunction statement, any one of the statements must be true for the disjunction statement to be true. The two simple statements represented as P and Q can be connected using or connectivities and is written as PVQ. Here and only of two statements should be true or true for the compound statement to be true. Conjunction statement. The compound statement of conjunction uses of the convenient and for connecting two simple statements. For this compound statement, both the statements must be true. For the compound statement to be true, the two simple statements P and Q can be connected using an connective, and the compound statement can be written as PQ for a conjunction compound statements. Both the statements should be true for the compound statement to be true. Conditional statement and biconditional statement. The connective used for conditional statement is if, then, if Rima does well in the test, then she will be promoted to the next class. Here the first statement P can be taken as the hypothesis and the second statement Q can be taken as the conclusion. We can write conditional statement, conditional compound statement. Biconditional statement. The biconditional statement uses the connective if and only if which is represented by the symbol. The two standard P and Q represented as a compound statement, and here the first statement P is compound called ancestor of the statement, Q is called consequent of biconditional statement. Conclusion. A compound statement is also called a block, typically appears as a body of another statement, such as the if statement, declaration, and types describes the forms and meaning of the declaration. They can be appear at the head of a compound statement. A combined two or more simple statements is compound statement. Washington D.C. is the capital of United States. A combination of two or more statements if a compound statement. Washington D.C. is the capital of United States. and it is snowing. Washington DC is the capital of United States, or it's snowing, it is not snowing. Thank you for giving the wonderful opportunity to explain the TikTok.